Hello and welcome back. And for this month, I painted a bunch of Subnautica paintings. Start off with the first one, the Peeper. So this one, I just threw a bunch of random stuff in the background, like the couplet and the rubber print. And, it looks pretty decent. But unfortunately, the Peeper I did messed up. I feel like it was a bit sloppy. I feel like I could have done better with the shading and sketching of it. And the outline just looks, sloppy. But yeah. The only thing left I gotta say about this one is the background. It kind of reminds me of an old Greek vase or pottery. So, yeah, that's just kind of what it reminds me of. But moving on to the next one is the Mesmere. So this one, well, I just did a Mesmere looking up close because these guys are weird looking fish in the games. And yeah, this one I did kind of messed up the face. Not really. Just the face from first point of view kind of just looks derpy. I kind of accidentally made it look like it's scared or sad. Worried face? Yeah. Anyways, just looks derpy. The background I did messed up though. Didn't use enough yellow, so just the whole thing looks green. So yeah. Also the weird shape, I kind of got that by ripping the back of the cup holder and just putting paint on it and just getting the unique pattern on there. So yeah, looks pretty good. Might do that again for some gel prints in the future. Moving on to probably my worst one out of this month, the crab snake. So this one looks okay. Why did I say okay? It looks terrible. It looks like a burnt Pop-Tart. Look at it. The only thing I like about this one is the bottom left and the top right. I like the little grid pattern. Not grid. The polka dot pattern? Yeah, polka dot pattern I had. Kind of reminds me of comic books, but it looks okay. That I do not mind. The creature itself, though, absolutely terrible. It looks like a burnt Pop-Tart, like I said. Well, moving on to the next one. And it is the original fish, which looks pretty decent. Got a new pin, which allows me to get better at shading, which you can see there, it looks a bit better. And yeah, the background, I kind of did my typical gel print stuff, just smush some soda cans against it to get some unique patterns, and yeah. And really the only difference is the what do you call it? The, lines I have on the edge, like the top left and the bottom right. Which I got that through a plastic grid thing. Netting, there we go. Plastic netting I had. So I just, smoosh it against the gel print. And that's how I got that patterns and shape. So, it looks pretty decent. Also, I love the colors. It looks like it's, Scooby-Doo colors. Probably my favorite color set. But anyways, moving on to the next one is the arrowfish. Which these guys look pretty good. In-game, there's probably my favorite fish in Subnautica Below Zero. But yeah. And it looks pretty decent. I like these guys. Yeah. Really nothing more I can say about it. Just the shading, which you can see here, is a bit better. And yeah. The background, I kind of just took did the typical just mess with it. Random stuff. And yeah, I did carve a new rubber print for it, which looks pretty decent. The rubber print, yeah. Carved a new one out. And I'm going to use it in the future for other projects. So, can't wait to show you that. And the background kind of looks like a tropical shirt. So, yeah. Yeah, maybe I could do something with that in the future. I don't know. But, yeah. Moving on to the next one is the Reaper Leviathan. Which this one, I kind of didn't know how to paint it. So, I just quickly sketched it and just slapped it on there. Which, well, you can see, it's not my best work, but it's not the worst. So, surprisingly enough. And, yeah. The background, I kind of just did black and white, threw a bunch of random stuff on there. It looks okay-ish, not really. And then moving on to the next one, which is probably the third worst one in this month, the Squid Shark. So 2 things about this one. The background itself, I just didn't like. I experimented with a couple of stuff, just didn't really turn out well, so yeah. And the Squid Shark itself, it looks okay, but doesn't really look good. The tail I messed up. Made it a bit too small, got the coloring a bit off, doesn't really look good, and the shading I messed up. So 4 things I messed up, which just kind of ruined this whole painting, but yeah. Well, nothing more I can say, so moving on to the Titan Whole Fish. And this is a creature from Below Zero, and yeah. The background, I just did a bunch of doodles, and I stopped halfway through because I don't have a ton of markers. I did not want to ruin the markers I did have, so I gotta just stopped halfway through and just filled it in with fluorescent, color pencil. Which in hindsight, I probably should have done charcoal. Probably would have looked better, but Too late. Too late now. And I kind of just did a quick sketch of the tidal hole fish because, well, I think it will look better than trying to do black and white with watercolors, so yeah. Which you can't really do very well with watercolors, to be honest. But moving on to my second least favorite one, the eye jelly, which, look at it, just doesn't really look good. So yeah, really nothing more I can say, so yeah, moving on to the symbiote? I completely forgot what this guy is called, but this fish looks interesting, looks decent. And yeah, I kind of threw a bunch of random stuff in the background, and yeah, kind of looks okay. You guys see for yourself, there's really nothing remarkable about it. So, yeah, moving on to the next one. Probably my favorite one out of this month, the feather fish. Which the background is the typical collage, and yeah. I took some prints I had, made some, and kind of just ripped it apart, and glued it on the background. Splashed some bit of watered down paint on there, and yeah, looks pretty good. Really nothing more I can say. I might do this again in the future for maybe a sea turtle or something. Jellyfish, but yeah. And moving on to the last one I made for this month, the sea monkey. So I had a bit of leftover paper left, so I just used that for the background, just get it done. And yeah, that's about it. And also, sea monkeys, I was getting tired, I was getting burned out, allergies, so I was just like, no, I wanted this done, over with, so I just cut it out and glued it on there. So, yeah. But these were the sketches I had, hence why I just, ripped them out and glued it on there, which looks okay. It looks adorable. It looks like a adorable little bad sketch, but yeah. Yeah, really nothing more I can say. I kind of got lazy and just threw a bunch of stuff on there, which, well, that's what a collage is. But yeah, anyways, at least that's what this collage was. And yeah, that is all the stuff I made in this month. So if you liked any of them, thank you. If you just watched till the end of the video, well, thank you, and yeah. Well, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.